What's up everyone, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7 here with another unboxing and quick look at probably one of the most anticipated cars I've been looking out for, because I love World War II, pretty much anything, planes, tanks, cars, you name it, I love it. So when a company comes out and it brings out a 1941 Jeep Willys MB, sign me up cowboy, I love it. I've already opened it. I've done the video already. I'm excited. You can probably see it in my face, but I'll give you a quick look before we unbox it and all that kind of good stuff. But check out this. There it is, quick guys. It looks fantastic. Prototypical wheels, tires, you know, the skinny wheels and tires, the yellow lights, everything like that. And yes, the 1/6 scale figures do fit. That is a Dragon model. But before I get carried away, let's unbox it first, and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, now here's a box, and I absolutely love anything to do with World War II. People do one Mustang in the background, so planes, B-29, B-17G, tanks like all the Panther tanks, Tiger tanks, and especially the Jeep. Who doesn't love the Jeep? Now RocHobby have done a fantastic job replicating this 1941 MB scaler. So M is for military, and I believe Willys Overland Motors won the contract in the end. So here it is here. Now let's quickly go through it, and yeah, I'm super pumped. I love these. They look fantastic. And I've even got like the G-made one that kind of you can make it look like a Jeep MB. It's not really there, but it still looks pretty cool. But let's focus on this. We'll check out the size comparison of that later. The good thing about this is you can fit this cool cats in there. 1/6 scale figurines. You don't need to cut them in half to fit them in other ones. These guys actually can fit in the Jeep itself without doing any mods. And it's got a servo in the steering wheel as well for super realism. I'll quickly go over it here. RocHobby is proud to announce our latest edition, the 1/6 scale 1941 MB scale. Apparently it's been 2 years in the making, and as you can see, it's fantastic. It's got functional lights, servo-driven steering wheel, fold-away windshield, small features such as fabric straps. So they've actually got fabric straps that hold down the painted axe and the shovel, so it just gives it that overall realistic look. Now I think a lot of these guys who buy this might not even want to use it. They'll just put it on the shelf because it just looks fantastic. Now the cabin has micro print instructions, so on the dashboard and everything like that. Gear levers and seating to fit, as you can see here, 1/6 scale military figurines, like the G.I. Joes and all that kind of stuff. Now anyway, quick specs: length 530 mil, 258 wide, 270 high, wheelbase of 324, ground clearance of 40 mil, 58 degrees approach angle, departure angle 22 degrees, and brake over angle 36 degrees. So I think it's going to handle just like the real thing, and that's why I love it. Just looks so cool. There's a fabric cover you can get for the top as well, which is an optional part you can buy. Prepainted shovel and axe, cushioned, so the seats are actually cushioned and upholstered, so that's pretty cool. Electronics, got a 550 size brushed 35 turn motor, fully waterproof receiver, and Hobbywing 1060 brushed ESC, 2.4 GHz controller, and a dual EPA and reverse functions with digital trim. So, like I mentioned before, 324mm wheelbase, true ladder frame chassis design. The tyres are actually prototypical, so you know they might not be as good as a new kind of rock crawler, but if you want this for scale and looks, these are it. Beadlock tyres, beadlock wheels, sorry, oversized battery compartment, linear gear reduction set, and adjustable oil-filled shocks. Now, I think that's about it. Let's get in the box and have a look. Check out this. I love how they come in these sweet foam containers. I think it looks just a really nice touch. It really, really is. Now, let's quickly open her up. Like a briefcase. Got these little notches here. So, presentation. I like that. Little things like that really get me going. So here we go. Check out this, guys. Wow. Awesome. Nice here for presentation, and doesn't get damaged in transit. I really like that. The only thing we see here is a shovel, but check out that. Even getting excited about a shovel. Wow. Check out this bad boy. Now this should just pull out. There we go. Let's just get the kind of the boring stuff out of the way. Here's your 2.4 GHz controller. It's just a slide on one. You kind of slide it on. There. Happy days. Now it's got your standard dual rates and throttle and reverse switch and all that kind of stuff. Nice foam rubber grip around the controller. 4AA batteries is all you need, I believe, and that's it. So to get this kit, up and running. 4 AA batteries, a LiPo battery for the actual car, and a charger for the battery, and that's it. So there's your controller. Really nice, easy to hold in the hand, and very light as well. Obviously it's a bit lighter without the batteries, but you get it. RocHobby 1/6 scale, 1941 MB scaler. So military edition, so that's what MB means, so military. The basic instruction manual here, which is really cool, and a full set of instructions, I guess, if you want to pull it down and put it back together. So here's your optional hard, your fabric soft top there. It's also beadlock wheels like I mentioned before, and also if you want to pull apart the oil-filled diffs or metal gears and all that kind of stuff, you can easily pull it apart, maintain it, and put it all back together, again, with no worries about you know, if you've done it right or wrong. Just check it out, that looks so realistic. But okay, let's move on. That's that. Like I said, really nice box. It actually looks happy days. Alright, now I am in love with this thing. I just turned the camera off a bit and I was just going through it, and the detail is amazing. And especially for the price point of this, guys. Now go check out the link in the description when I go check it out more thoroughly and maybe purchase it yourself, because this thing is a bloody bargain. Just check out the scale on this thing. Everything is to the T. Now the only thing that isn't is the modern four-link suspension, because it is based on a crawler frame. The original one had obviously leaf spring suspension, but you got to give a little bit, and I think the compromise we're willing to take, you can't really see it from this angle anyway when you're driving, so it's not going to be that much of a compromise, but the benefit is it's going to handle really well on the rocks and the trails and all that kind of stuff. But just check out this. Now look, I'll take the camera off in a minute to get a closer look, but you can drop down the windshield just like that, kind of locks in just like that, and you can also tell small things like the revision mirror and the side mirror here. It's actually got like a reflection to it as well. Now the cool thing about it, it's even got windscreen wipers. Obviously they don't function, but they are there. Another realism there. All the parts here, all like molded onto this hard plastic. So yes, it's like the Tamiya style. Same thickness, I believe, pretty much same quality as well. It's ABS plastic, that's the word I was looking for. And the seats here, those seats I was saying, they're actually real cushions, and they are actually upholstered like the real thing. You've got an ammo box in the back here, even the back seat here as well. It is all upholstered in this nice, olive drab green. The whole car is actually. Now further up, before I was mentioning about the details, it's got the plaques and everything on there, on the dash. And even, I'm not too sure if you can read that, all this stuff there is pretty much legible as well. Isn't that amazing? And I'll turn it on in a second, but you can hear this. That's a servo-operated steering wheel there, so when you hook up a figurine, it'll turn it around and it'll look even more realistic. Now here is your optional place where you can put the hood on. And it's got a tarp just holding on by a few cable ties, but leave that on there. That's an option, you can get that later, but it does all work as well. Now back around the back here, you've got a functional spare wheel. It is all the same, beadlocks, same rubber and everything. And even this, check out this. These straps are amazing, they actually work. So that strap is holding down a jerry can here, so you can take it off if you want. You've got a functioning tow hitch here as well. As you can see, everything works. Move it on to this side. And if you remember when I unboxed it, the shovel was loose. I actually tied it down with a strap. That's included. Just there, so I actually done it like a real life strap, so you can undo them all. As you can see, they're all nicely pre-painted, and these little clips aren't plastic, they're actually metal, so you can yank them a bit, they're not going to break. But isn't that cool? I love it. Put this back up. It's also got detail here. It's got a hood. You know, it's there. It's got some engine detail, so it's pretty cool. Functioning lights as well. We'll see that in a minute when I turn it on. But nice front bumper bar, and I've just done everything to the T. Now, quickly, if I get my G-Mag crawler, which a lot of guys were using to make it look like a Jeep Willys, as you can see there, and then we'll get this real one, you can see how awesome they've done on this one. And now we can actually look at the wheelbase, because the wheelbase of a 1/10 scale crawler is very similar to that of one of these as well. It's because the Jeeps in real life are actually really small, but this one here obviously is to the T, to the scale. This one is a 1/10 scale crawler. It looks fairly 1/6 scale once you put the figurines in there, but you can see the difference in wheelbase from this one to that one. So, pretty cool. I know one's upside down, one isn't, but you get the drift. Then put that back there, put this guy back on the wheels. What I'll do, before I put the camera down, you might be wondering, how do you get under the body? Well, it's got a functioning, it's mounted over the frame, and it's also got a pivot. So it's got these two little, underneath the body here, one body pin. They're a bit longer than normal, so try not to lose those guys. And one here as well. And the body should just open up. Ready? Check out this. First time I'm doing it as well. But there we go. Isn't that sweet? The 35 turn brushed motor, all your lights and all that kind of cool stuff there. You got your transfer case in the middle, your battery box just there, and everything looks, well, pretty much similar to any other crawler that you see, 1/10 scale, like axial crawler or anything like that. It's very similar. Got your 4 links, telescopic drive shaft, and these links are actual, they feel metal to me. What I'll do, let me put the camera down, I'll put a battery in there and we'll get a closer look. Okay, I've just plugged the battery in to make sure everything works, and check out that. It's even got like that period correct yellow tinge to the bulbs there, not just like a white modern LED. Now I think that looks mad. I don't know about you, but I love Jeep, so yeah, I'm pretty biased, but I think they've done a really good job with that. Even how the wheels stick out past the body there. Like I'm not a Jeep aficionado, but I think from what I've seen, they've done a really, really cool job. Now check out this. Now if I just turn the steering wheel, pretty cool. So it's got a small servo just underneath here. Now if I'll show you. Just it. So that's the little micro servo, and the other servo for the steering is on the mounted on the axle. So on the chassis, not axle mounted. But while I'm under here, you can see the basic layout of the chassis. Basic 4-link setup with any crawler. So depending, some motors are mounted in the center, but because they wanted the realism for this, I think this is how they've actually packaged it, and they've done a really good job. So the battery sits just just above in front of the front rear axle. You have your motor above the front axle, like a real car, I guess, so they can mitigate and make room for the motor in the hood, so they can give you that realistic look. And then you have your, like I said before, the micro servo and your servo for the steering mounted there. And that is a 15 kilo waterproof, well, I think it's waterproof steering servo. So 15 kilo servo, metal gears, metal internal gears for the or the gearbox, the front and rear differentials, and also the transfer case as well. Now I'm just looking here, you can also adjust how far the rear bumper comes out, so that's pretty cool. These are metal, the links, and you got telescopic drive shafts for the front and rear. Now they are oil-filled shocks. Now one thing I noticed as well, as I said, that goes up like that. So I had to just put the camera down because there's this little bar that props up the hood just like that. Now that is situated along here under those cable ties. Now I pulled it out and I use it just there to prop it up. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to change your battery, you can just prop up. Don't have to worry about holding it in one hand and trying to put it in with the other. So that's pretty damn cool. Really nice setup. I guess, see, normally some chassis have the battery facing this way and all that kind of stuff, but because of the body and to make it so realistic, they've had to, put it this way, and it works. Shocks here are oil-filled shocks. They are coilovers as well, so you can adjust the preload if you want, because I guess once the battery gets in there and you're going to put the one driver or a passenger, even another passenger in the back, it's going to really sag down. So maybe when I change the oil, I have seen that before, it's easy to do. You can even maybe preload them all the way up or just put thicker oil in here. But if we have a closer look now, I know it's a bit bad in there for light, so I'll move this so you can have a look. Sorry about the light, guys, but there is your receiver, your 1060 ready to run brushed waterproof servo receiver and ESC, sorry. Now they are both waterproof apparently, and your 550 32 turn motor there as well. Pretty cool, pretty simple design. There's your transfer case. Leads to the front and rear differentials, and that is pretty much it. Now the axle housings and all that are all plastic, but for this price point, you know, what do you expect? Nothing wrong with plastic as long as it's good quality plastic. I have no issues with that whatsoever, but wow, check out that. Now the real test is this guy here. His name is Lieutenant Andy Carlson that I have. He's actually original action figure. He's a dragon action figure. Now this guy's, I think, fairly rare. I picked him up a while. He's got some issues with his ankles, but can this guy fit in here? Because this is what we all want to know. Now with other models and stuff like that, we had to kind of get rid of their torsos or legs and stuff like that to make them fit. Now these fit in there just like that. Now Jeeps were small and they were cramped as well, so it's not like this guy you know, is looking a bit too small. It actually does fit. I'm just trying to do it one-handed. So we've put his hands there, the other hand, there we go. No mods necessary. Lieutenant Andy Carlson fits in there like a glove. Check out that. And you got his steering wheel. You can even situate his hands so they actually grip it. If I move this other one, maybe just around about there. There you go. Isn't that cool? Really, really, really cool. Wow, that's smooth too. So quiet. Wow. So while I'm here, look at those period correct tyres and rims as well. So if you want to undo the wheel, you remove these 5 little screws, pull them out, then you've got your normal hex underneath there. But as you can see, what I was mentioning before, with one figurine it kind of lopsides. Now, you know, I guess that's kind of normal in a real car as well, but yeah, you can see it needs a little bit more, I guess, oil in there in the shocks, so a bit of more preload to adjust it and all that kind of stuff. Now while I'm at the front, these look, got these links. I'm not sure they feel metal, or I think they are metal, basic links, and just checking the drive shaft system and all that kind of stuff. It looks all your standard kit caboodle, but I love how it's so prototypical. You can see it leans a little bit, so definitely need to up the preload or just change the fluid in there as well, because wow, that looks cool. So good news, guys, 1/6 scale figures do fit. Now this guy is a Dragon, but I'm pretty sure other models will fit as well. I'm just can't get over how smooth that is, isn't it? This. That's amazing. So smooth. Fairly quiet as well. That's awesome. That looks so good. Definitely realistic. What do you guys think? Like I said, links in the description when I go check it out even further. But man, that looks cool. Really digging it. And like I said, I'm a big fan of anything World War II. Now they've done a really good job with the grill as well. Now the G-made one that I know is, it's a Lexan body, that's where it was suffering. And that's why they had these kits, that people made these kind of kits to make it look like that one on the actual bench there, to make it look realistic. But yeah, check out that. Nowhere near. I thought that looked cool. This is, you know, this is another level. Absolutely amazing. Really impressed, especially at the price point as well. So guys, what do you think? Next video I'll get it out and run it around the yard and get some nice crawling footage. Just due to these restrictions we can't really go out, so check out that. Looks awesome. I've even got the guy hanging on to the side there. Looks really realistic. I love it. Links in the description when to go check it out. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Heaps of cool stuff coming up in the near future, and I upload regularly, at least once a week. So really appreciate it, guys. If you like the video, give it a good old thumbs up, and let me know what you guys think about this crawler, if you have it, or what do you think, how good or how prototypical is it. So cheers guys, hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.